What's up, lowriders? I'm here to talk about some disturbing things that I heard on the internet. Shout out to Chef Don Don for bringing it to our attention. I watched his entire video. And then I went over to Original Straight No Chasers channel and listened to the nonsense that was spewing over there. The hatred, the disrespect, and everything in between. Martell's mistress basically had the nerve to say she ran Melody's business and that Melody was bad with money. And she don't understand how in the flipping dip they had $700,000 in their bank account 1 minute and the next minute they didn't. And that Martell allowed Melody to handle the finances and she basically messed it up. The lies in my Candy Burris voice. Are you kidding me? This little girl also had the nerve to say that she ran the property preservation business, but she didn't have to do anything. Are you kidding me? If someone is giving me an opportunity to be a part of a business that is actually fruitful, best believe I'm going to be stealing trinkets from that to learn how to do my own. For her to sit there and say, yeah, I didn't have to do nothing. You didn't have to do anything because you wasn't running Melody's property preservation business. You were just tagging along with Martell as a mistress. You are a mistress. You will always be a mistress. You're sitting here bragging like you did something great. You wanted Melody Sharis to leave that man for 900 years. She gave you what you wanted. What the flipping deal? What do you want? What is it that you want? What is the purpose of you going around talking about her personal trauma? I'm not going to even say what she discussed. Y'all please go over to Original Straight No Chase and listen to that nonsense that is over there. But the fact that you sat up here on the internet with a content creator known as Original Straight No Chaser and spewed a whole bunch of lies shows that you and the man that fed you those lies, excuse me guys, my eyes is running. I must have stuck my finger in my eye or something, but my eye is really tripping right now. It will wait till I get online to start tripping. But you spewed a bunch of lies about how you did this, you knew this, you traveled everywhere, you sold this and you sold that. So why are you so angry with Melody? Why are you so angry with Melody, mistress? Why is it that if Martell was this great provider and this savvy businessman, that you and him can't take those same skills that you claim that you use to run Melody's business or run their business and do that now? Explain it to me. Mistress, I bet you can't even spell property preservation. Talking about, I did property preservation. I ain't had to do no work though. Lying sack of shit. Stop it. And I'm not for name calling, but you're a liar. You're a liar. And I'm not saying that Melody is all peaches and cream and sweet and honey. But everything that you say that comes out of your mouth, in my opinion, I firmly believe is a lie. Because you're getting secondhand information from a man who cheated on his wife for 300 years and possibly cheated on you for 200 years. You know what I'm saying? But you want everybody to believe that he has you so firmly in grasp and that he cares about you so much that he would do anything for you. Yes, he would. He would fuck up his entire family life for you. And then turn around and not be able to reproduce the same shit that he said he did with Melody. because Melody was the brains, and we all know that. He said in an interview himself that he had to snatch her up because she was the smartest girl in college. He ain't never called you smart, mistress. Never. You're going to be a mistress forever. Back in my time, there would have been some ass whipping going on, but obviously Melody didn't think that you were worthy of an ass whipping. And in the olden days, you would have been stoned. Fucking stoned and walking around with a scarlet letter on you. None of the women would want to interact with you. The only women that interact with you right now are the women that dislike themselves, number one, and want to dislike Melody because people that dislike her say they got all this information, but they haven't brought it out yet. You know, I know where all the dead bodies are buried. I know where this, I know that. Where's it at? And even if you did bring it to me at this juncture, me personally, at this juncture, I wouldn't believe you. I would think it's fabricated because after some of the shit I seen on AI, okay, especially that program called Mystery or something, a Mr. Giraffe, spelled MYSTER, Giraffe. The projects I seen that they could do, anything you showed me now on the internet, I wouldn't believe it because I know how AI can distort and deform things. But mistress, stop trying to make everybody think that you are that girl. The only that girl you are is that girl over there who slept with a married man, who asked for the wife to leave her own husband alone. And then when she did, you went on a rampage about the fact that she ain't all that. She can't do this. She can't do that. She's not all that. Well, I said that already. But it seems to me that you're trying to emulate everything that she's doing, and nothing that you're doing is working for you. Now, what if Melody did answer you? What exactly would you say to her, mistress? What exactly would you say? Oh, yeah, I slept with your husband. Well, she already knows that. I spent some of your money. She knows that too. Okay? She walked away from what was a volatile situation because she knew that her husband at that time, Martell Holtz, was not going to leave you alone. And she would much rather have her peace of mind, even if she had to start over from the bottom. And she did. And y'all are still struggling and blaming her for y'all struggles. I mean, if you guys are so business savvy and you're that girl, where's your business? Where's Martell's business license or builder's license? Where is, I don't even want to call your name at all, but the business name in both you and he's name. Where is that business? Why are you blaming everyone else for your fuck up? Why? The only one responsible for your fuck up is you. I've been on both sides. I've been the one that has cheated with a married man. Yes. And I've been cheated upon. It is not cute. I learned when I was cheating on this married man that I was in love with. Let me tell you, this man was good to me. I was young and dumb. However, my little brother had to snatch me back in the door one day because his wife was coming to my house to beat my ass. And I thought I was all that. And I was going to go out there and fight her. He said, sis, you wrong. If she kill you, she would be dead to right. And I fell back at that time. I had to say, okay, what he's saying makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth getting killed, beat, hurt, be financially devastated. It's not worth any of those things to snatch someone else's husband. And let me tell you something else I learned. Because that night she left her husband with me. That motherfucker snored and farted in the bed and was very inconsiderate with the covers and a lot of things that you don't think about when you're just having that intimacy. You know what I'm saying? from that moment, it was like, ew, to me. I was like, and mind you, this man was fine. I love this man, but I didn't want to ever see him in that position again. So I tried to block that out of my mind until it was over. I think what I did was I moved away. I moved across town, and then I moved to Oregon. And I saw him one time since I moved to Oregon in the 20-something years that I've been here. I went to see him. I was sick. He was very nice. We talked about it, but it had to be over, But I had to move across country to get my shit together. But you chose to stay in a relationship that you knew full well wasn't going to gain you anything financially. It wasn't going to gain you any type of business acumen or knowledge. And the only thing you have to show for it is that you have the man. Okay. You won. But what did you win? And at what cost? You had to have a baby out of wedlock with a married man and then tell him that you're not going to do what you was going to do, because I'm not going to talk about that. But you know what I'm talking about. The wife made a decision after you said those things to her husband and he brought that nonsense to her. She made the decision. I'm going to fall back. I'm going to let it go because I've done A, B, C, D, all the way to Z. And my man still don't want me. He says he wants me. He's pretending he wants me. He's showing me some good action every now and then, but he's not consistent. And she said, fuck it, I'd rather be alone. I'd rather sit at home and cry and grow from my mistake. Because I'm willing to believe that she now believes that he is the worst mistake she ever made in her lifetime. You should be saying the same thing too, but you're so busy over there telling a content creator all this woman's personal trauma that he told you. How do you know that that is the truth? How do you know that what he's telling you is the truth? Because they always say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Well, what about a man scorned? A man who's left high and dry with nothing, with no visible means of support. What do you think he'll do when the woman that he is craving, because that he is craving his ex-wife. Let's be real clear about that. He is craving Melody and not you. He's with you because he has to be. And the reason he has to be is because he really don't have nowhere else to go, because don't nobody want him. Everybody know his fucking story. Don't nobody want him but you. Ain't nobody gonna deal with his nonsense but you. And you're saying you're that girl. Yes, you are that girl. That girl who sold her soul for a piece of dick. You are that girl. And you have absolutely nothing to show for it. Absolutely nothing to show for it. But yet you want to be on the phone with a content creator. Yes, original straight no chaser. Talking about her trauma. Why is her trauma bothering you so much? Okay? Why is it bothering you? You got what you wanted. And stop spreading this lie about everybody who wanted you on Love and Marriage Huntsville, because they didn't. They really didn't. They did not want you on that show. Because had you been on that show, you would have told more business than just Martell and Melody's business. They didn't want you on that show. They knew better than that. But if Martell tells you something, you believe it as the gospel. So you go ahead and continue, Mistress, and believe this fool. One day you're going to wake up and it's going to be too late, because you're going to be 95 years old, decrepit and old, still wearing them damn braces and that hairstyle, thinking you that girl. Now, when I say I'm that girl, it's because I am that girl. You know why? Because first of all, I'm loved. And you know who I'm loved by? Me. First and foremost. Okay? I love God first. I love myself second. Because I can't take care of anybody else until I take care of me first. And if my well-being and mental health is not intact, then I can't be there for anybody. You are already an entire mess because you're all over the place with the stories you're telling, and you're telling them over and over like, okay, and now what? What's your next move? What is your next move? And yes, you said that Melody wasn't all that. Well, she's something because you keep her name in your mouth. One thing about me, Lois X. Brundage Vance, if I don't like a motherfucker, I'm not talking about you. I'm not giving you the time of day. I'm not recognizing you. I'm not acknowledging you. Okay? But you keep acknowledging this woman, and every time you acknowledge Melody, dollar signs go off. Your dumbass hasn't figured out, excuse me, Lord, for saying that, but your simple-minded self has not figured out what the method to Melody's madness is and how she's able to do the things she's doing without Martell. And you're also trying to figure out, well, if he is the one that did all of this in the business, why can't he do it now? I know you're asking yourself these questions. Well, don't look to us because we don't have the answers for you. But I just want to tell you that your behavior, you and Original Straight No Chaser's behavior was despicable. It was disgusting. It was. And if you're the type of woman that kisses and tells, you are not going to ever have any true female friends. You're only going to have people around you that behave and act the way you do and don't care about how people see them. You know, at some point, you're going to grow up because you haven't fully grown up yet. You're over 30 and you should have at least grown up some, because at the age of 26, 27, your brain or your skull and brain is fully developed at that point. So the choices you made after that age, you knew what you were doing and you chose to make them. So you made your bed, you're going to have to lie in all that funk and the muck and mire that you created. And leave Melody Sharis the fuck alone. She's not bothering you. She don't talk about you. She don't think about you. She don't blink in your direction. Leave her the fuck alone. You know, if you want to talk about something, talk about you that girl, show us that you that girl. Show me that you that girl. Show me how you can take that boutique that you got and build it into a business like Melody did with Jay Bolin. That's one of her businesses. You said you did property preservation. Well, go ahead and show me your property preservation business, because I'm really curious. I want to see the skills that you have, because I'm willing to bet, like I said, you can't even spell property preservation, okay? All right? Show me your skills. Show me that you have the skills to pay the bills, and you don't have to rely on Melody to foot the bill for you and her bitch ass ex-husband. Yes, I said it out loud and in public. And I'm not one for calling names. I don't like it. But for him to tell you his wife's trauma is the lowest guttery, despicable, ill thing that a man could do, he will never be trusted again by another woman, because all this stuff y'all putting out is public. And he's ruining his own image, because if he decides to drop you, nobody's still going to want him. So y'all do belong to each other. Y'all were made for each other, because both of y'all have no morals, low morals, and no respect for anyone, not even your own selves. Because if you would hurt yourself and your self-image, your self-worth, just to try and take someone down who's not even giving you the time of day, you're despicable. I'm sorry, you're despicable. And Mistress, just want to tell you one more time, you are not that girl, okay? Melody is that girl. Melody is the it girl. Melody is everything that you hope and want to be. And so does Martell. He wants to be like Melody too, but he don't even know where to begin. First of all, he needs to pass the builder's test, number one. Then he needs to do whatever he needs to do to start Holt whatever again. But he probably can't even use that name, in business no more, because it's no longer synonymous with him. It's synonymous with Melody. So y'all need to go crawl back in that little cave, bats, and figure out how to regroup and restart and come back with something new. Because this tired old game talking about Melody, she done moved on. She got 75 businesses and y'all have minus 10. You need to let it go. Okay? Low riders, thank you so much for listening to me. Please please like, share, subscribe, and definitely comment, because I like to hear everyone's opinions. Okay? And I'll talk to you next. Peace.